So I'm just going to clear the clutter, yes?
Yeah.
There's someone else thinking about, do you think that sin, what do you think sin is?
Doing something against Bible.
Doing something against the Bible?
Yeah. What
Or doing
is
something
the
against
rules?
your... So it's against the Bible, not against anything else?
I think that sin as the word like that sounds to me like that, but isn't Bible the base for like behavior, or
Right, is it a
doesn't?
base for behaviour, or is it something else? Right, it's been given a lot of names over the years. You can say God, this. All paths, all rivers are leading to this same sea. And then the multiple layers that you have beyond that, there are many. You don't call it a divot, if you understand what a divot is. All of this is purpose-driven. Everything is purpose-driven, although it seems like there's no purpose to it. And again, is it or isn't it? Can you prove that? Can you not? The proof is in reality, but depends on how you dress it up over the years. I'm going to move on to something else in a bit, but still, I wanted to have a look at this one because it's an interesting thing, right? We call it sin.
Yeah.
Now, what is sin? Individual sin? Possibly. Humanity sin? What is that? Earthly sins? So we can look at sin as what you do to someone else. And then everyone will ask this question, which is a very good question, is how can I be pardoned for it? That's the bit that's been lost. That's the bit that keeps you blindly going here, there, and everywhere, trying to figure it out. The fact is that, yes, this can be converted. This doesn't have to stay this. Even sin can become... That's the right way to spell it?
Yeah.
Blessings.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, that's the right way.
So you can often look at this in which way do you want to tip the scale towards which way. They'll say that all things will be forgiven in death. No, not true. No. Partly true. Partly true. Do you think that there is anything that anyone can do, anybody, anywhere, empire, system, or whatever, do you think that it's broken? Most people will do things and think, fuck it, I've been doing it for long enough now. Fuck it, I'm going to carry on doing it. If I'm going to hell, I'm going to hell. Have you ever noticed that people get in that mindset?
Yeah.
That's lost. That's not true. That's not true. That you can, once you're stuck in that, that's it, it's over. So you keep going and keep going because it's like, fuck it, I can't do anything about it. You can do something about it. Doesn't mean going up to someone who is highly religious and I'm going to remove this, or bowing. Lifetime of servitude, bowing, and no, that's not going to change a fucking thing. What is going to change a thing? What do you think?
Change what is going on.
Yes. You see, we're often caught up in this mindset that if you're bad, then you are always going to be bad. But again, do bad people go good? Not on about what society tells you to believe, I'm on about, do you believe that someone can do something that is bad and then become good?
Yeah, I do.
And then you stay on that trajectory. What appeared to be bad, do you reckon that can be overlooked? But then this happened because you changed something.
Yeah.
And again, trust me when I say this, that any higher power would know, as it walks with you, it knows the choices that you had to make. It knows what you had to maneuver away from. It knows how you had to rewrite yourself and what battle within that was. It's easy to say, fuck it. I was born a cunt, I am a cunt, I'll die a cunt. You ever hear these types of Do you ever hear people getting into that?
Yeah.
You know that can be used by other humans, don't you?
Yeah.
You do know that. That's a leash.
Mhm.
That is a very big leash that you could. Aha. 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 The Romans. Take the Romans, for example, right? What did they do? Well, they did a lot of fucking weird shit, yeah. But didn't they begin to repent? Isn't that why there are no more Romans left? Well, that's not entirely true. What did they do? You see this in the Bible. They started questioning themselves. The moment they executed Jesus, if it's a story or a tall tale or whatever else, everyone's got one. It's the point that it's telling you. Something happened and it made them question something. And then they started questioning a bit more and a bit more and a bit more. And did this adjust what they were? Did this make them move onto a different path? That took a lot of fucking brawn to do it. Which is questioning, yes?
Yeah.
And again, this higher force, power, whatever you call it. You might see God, fair enough. You're seeing a teacher, no doubt. Are you seeing the true universe? The universal power? Man, you'd shit yourself if you saw how many variations there are. You're just seeing one particular prism. Multiple different directions to that. Again, can we go into it? Maybe in a later date. Right now, it doesn't serve a purpose. It gets too complex. And then you'll understand it, I'm sure of it, but not yet. Just not yet. So when we look at everything in this biome, yes, call it a teardrop, call it whatever you want.
Yeah.
That's everything in the whole observable universe, from the cycles to this to that. If you think that that is it, you're mistaken. There's many, many more. And then there are many, many more variations. And where does that end? That's the question, the true question. Again, it poses it's too complex. What, to bring it here, you'll understand it. Yeah, but again, can you prove it? Again, and then, yes, you can by looking at your biome. So many different variations of what this force looks at itself in a mirror. And each time it moves the mirror, the reflection changes slightly. And then there is learning from these. Well, this goes into that, but I can be this, but I can be that, but this, and also this, and then I can change into that, then into this. And then you would ask, what are you? I am everything. That's interesting. Is that knowing? I'm everything known, but I'm also everything that is not known. How two-faced is that? So many different variations. And it likes to hold on to this memory. Memories, it loves memories. It loves it. Loves them. And likewise, it loves all of its variations. But it does have a preference. It loves how to make things, and it loves how not to make things. Either way, it teaches itself. That's true learning. Now, what happens if I give my piece of myself over to you? Not fully? It'd be impossible. Impossible. But once it memorizes you, it never forgets. Have you taught it how to understand itself? That's the question. Again, question. Can you help it see itself in more ways than one? Yes. But in order to do that, you have to learn it. But how do you learn it? By questioning it. It loves specimens that are able to work it out. That unknown, but that knownness. Although, do you know it? Not really, but it knows you know it. Find specimens. So, sin. Sin, what is it? What is it? Is it the end of the road? No, you can be forgiven. But it takes a lot more than just being forgiven.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
It's action-based.
Mm-hmm.
And again, how do you know? Well, it's far more than... You got £1 million? Yeah, go on, I'll take that. Yeah, what about you? You got some money? Just come bring me that money. Oh, you're forgiven, absolutely. What do you got to do? Nothing, just give me the money. That was it. Action. See? Action. Action. And you'll do it. Why will you do that? Why will you give the money? This has happened throughout history, yes? People go and give money for this.
Yeah.
Why would you do that? What possesses you to do that? You're halfway there. It's not the money. But you'll be surprised how many kings have done this. Pharaohs as well.
Yeah, yeah. They went to ask forgiveness and they were told by religious people, oh, if you pay for the roof, or if you do this, or if you pay into my pocket, or I will give you the absolution or something. What is called something like that, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Where do you think the pyramids came from? Where do you think the Mayan temples come from?
Hmm?
That is action-based.
Huh? I see.
See?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Why did it want you to do that?
Yeah.
Because it teaches you for now.
Yeah.
What does it want you to do? You can make more sin, absolutely. But again, your timeline, your history book versus a divine one.
Mm-hmm.
It's recording every single moment. It needs to know itself and its variations. It needs to understand. So it is going to collect all of this. Is this how to do it? Or is this how not to do it? What's its purpose? It's got a plan. Why do you think it loves intelligence? It loves it. Fucking loves it. You have no idea. That is one of the highest things ever.
Mm-hmm.
Because you're aligning to it.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
If you could meet a force like that, highly guarded by the way, what would impress you? Something that mirror images it. Not everybody has to be intelligent, but you all are intelligent, whether you like to admit that or not. All of you are. But intelligence requires questioning. Do you know we have periodic ice ages here?
Yeah.
You know that?
Yeah.
Can I just put something out there?
Mm-hmm.
It also gets very cold as well, though, doesn't it?
Yeah.
What happens when you have two stars near one another?
Oh. They influence each other somehow?
Yes. Doesn't it pull an excess amount of... they siphon off of one another.
Mm-hmm.
They also push it, but they also pull it. In this siphoning, is there a small chance, just a very small one, that in this siphoning process, it can hit a planet?
Yeah.
If it were to orbit.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Famous people have something in common. Do you know what that is?
What is that?
They can't occupy the same space and time together. Take the microphone as being the center of mass.
Yeah.
One comes and sings.
Uh-huh.
can two of them sing at they've got to be able to stand at this spot in order to talk into the mic.
Yeah.
You can't go sideways. It has to be here, right here.
Mm-hmm.
Could Eminem and Snoop Dogg occupy the same space and time equally?
No.
No. But
Uh-huh.
what can they do instead? They can.
Alternate?
Yes. Yes. But we're going to factor out gravity on that one.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not saying it is, and I'm not saying it isn't. I'm asking, could that possibly be? So, when we have an even smaller little dwarf next to a nice big star, do you know it often siphons off, and a lot of this stuff is flung out.
Oh.
So, with that excess amount of energy, what happens to anything in its path?
It's hit.
Huh?
It's hit.
Okay, and then that would do what?
Push it.
Close. If that's the Earth, yeah?
Uh-huh.
So we'll just do it like this. Could be the other way around, doesn't really matter. And you've got this little thing here orbiting,
Mm-hmm.
and it's pulling off stuff. It's also pushing stuff as well, don't get me wrong. It's not like it's as simple as just pulling. It also pulls back as well, and some of it flings off the other direction, but still, not as much.
Mm-hmm.
What happens to anything in the firing line when it pulls way too much off the star? That energy, that heat, energy has got to go somewhere.
Yeah.
So what happens if it starts smacking into Earth?
It burns it.
Well, it's going to heat it up, isn't it?
Yeah.
What happens if we remove this star entirely?
It doesn't do it anymore.
So, when looking for life on alternate planets, yes?
Yeah.
And we say that the Goldilocks is here,
Mm-hmm.
what happens if you got a little dwarf going by? Siphoning off, it's binary usually trinary, 3.
So it moves the zone.
It does move the zone, yes.
Yeah.
But you have 2 Goldilocks zones.
Mm-hmm.
You have a Goldilocks zone that will appear when the star is further behind,
Yeah.
and it might start pulling the energy this way, which would cause it to become very, very cold. So really cold here.
Mm-hmm.
Still colder, I would say, here.
Yeah.
This one would be not so habitable.
Mm-hmm.
This one, possible. Then when this one begins to orbit back around again, a lot of energy. This one then becomes warm.
Uh-huh.
Warmer. This one becomes hot. Just gives you one way to look at.
Yeah.
Not all stars can be seen with the visible eye.
Mm-hmm.
Some can. Most cannot. Multiple different ways, the seen and unseen, the visible, the invisible. Is it or isn't it? When you're on the planet, who's orbiting who? If you're on the Earth. This argument has raged for millennia. I think to say it fairly, it's bounced back and forth throughout the ages, hasn't it?
Yeah.
Observing it without any instruments.
Mm-hmm.
means what? Best guess, yeah? Appears to orbit one.
Yeah.
Everything seems to be orbiting that.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we could say this from the North Star, if it technically is north.
Yeah.
Again, with the planet, if it's spinning too fast, how would you see the stars? You would start calling them
It would be like lines,
rings.
circus, or
And again, that's perspective based as well, isn't it? How fast is the planet rotating? And then where are you standing at this? You then begin to see halos, right?
Yeah.
And there again, which one is the truest light? Therefore, if light is color,
Mm-hmm.
what is the truest color?
I don't think there's any truest, but
What is the correct variation of that color? Well, let's say if we had some life forms from, I don't know, an incredibly green star
Yeah.
putting out its light of greenness, let's say,
Mm-hmm.
and they have color.
Yeah.
They're going to adjust to see that in a certain way, become very predominant. No, that's probably not going to work. Humans don't deal with other life forms because we have hierarchy superiority. Okay. If you live on Mars and you live on Earth,
Mm-hmm.
orange, let's say blue most of the time.
Yeah.
And let's say none of them knew about each other, and you swap them from planet to planet. Do you think that blue haze is going to piss off the orange Marslings? And the blue beings, let's say, that go and live on Mars, that orange haze is going to... It's going to be dealt with. Sunglasses, altering the light. But is it going to alter the way color is seen? It's going to make certain things seem more vibrant.
Mm-hmm.
Now, who is seeing correct variation of the color?
Oh, you know?
Well, there's a limit, right? There's a limit to, but you can understand then, you can say that therefore there is more color depending on how you see it.
Yeah.
You take a blue light, ultraviolet,
Yeah.
infrared.
Yeah.
You can't see infrared. Not really, but you can if you overdose it. Fire is infrared.
Yeah, some of it you can't you? Just the edge of the spectrum, like.
Fire can power solar panels
Yeah.
at night.
Mm-hmm.
It's infrared light.
Mm-hmm.
So you lace a fireplace with solar panels and you can have power at night. It's an interesting thing.
Yeah.
And then what happens if your brains are and your eyes are adjusted in a certain way? Who's seeing the correct thing? Like, ooh, it's interesting.
Yeah, is it? Even just different creatures on this planet see different
Indeed.
because
So
of
we're
their
limited
eyes.
to
Yeah.
what we can see.
Yeah.
But are we limited if we take a tool out? If we use a tool, we go in a different, we put in a different light.
Mm.
Your eyes are revealing certain things,
Yeah.
right? What about using a camera? Your perhaps are revealing a bit more.
Yeah, camera. Your t-shirt is more red than when I see it with my own eyes. But it's the same t-shirt. Because camera sees differently than me.
So each one is a perspective.
Yeah. Yes, it.
So can you alter a filter in a way within a camera to be able to see the variations of different light? And therefore how it responds and
Yeah.
And if some things are invisible, man, imagine that, flying into a star and not even knowing it was there. Seems impossible, doesn't it? That's a very weird thing. Anyway, where was we going with this? We were going somewhere with it. Ah, different stars. Different light force, different this, different that. Do you think that living in that environment changes the brain?
In different light? In different...
Yes. They would have started up the same way, you know, where you're asking what alters who.
Okay.
What's the truest speed in the universe to be able to see it correctly? Is this too slow? Or is it meant to be seen as halo?
Yeah.
Who sees it at the truest time speed?
You tell me.
Well, that's an interesting thing, isn't it?
Yeah.
It almost tells you on your own planet, doesn't it? If things live at different intervals.
Yeah.
What does that tell you? You see, this should be telling you something, a bit of information here. Douche, douche, douche. Well, if these ones live less, then these ones live a little bit more, and these ones live a little bit more. Does that not make you ask a question? Can we live longer? We know that we can live shorter.
Yeah.
That's very interesting, isn't it?
Yeah.
And then what information are these ones taking in versus these ones are taking in versus these ones taking in versus these ones?
Yeah.
Now, if you could understand what they see, apply it to what these see, understand what these see, and you understand all of what these see, does that enhance your understanding? Without ever needing to live at their perspective, but begin to understand it from their perspective.
Yeah.
That's interesting, isn't it? Don't know where I was going with this. Lost my train of thought a little bit. It's more on the star, understanding that. And then who's seeing what at what ratio, and then if these events never happened, well, what would you do? Well, you'd come off the planet, you've got used to that gravity of it spinning very fast, seeing all of these halos.
Yeah.
What will you come off the planet doing? Or you'd need to spin that fast, wouldn't you?
Yeah, you would be looking for where are those circles or whatever, because suddenly there are no circles.
That'd be interesting, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Well, you'd be a little bit dizzy afterwards, wouldn't you? Got to adjust to that. Would you think you need to?
I wonder.
Well, it changes your paradigm, though, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Shifts it. Makes you see things a little bit more clearer.
Yeah.
But then what happens if you go there and then think, shit, we've taught everybody to learn it this way? We told everyone that they were rings. But in actual fact, they're just little dots. I mean, what would sin be in that? To keep telling people this. Or to tell them this. Hiding this fact means that people keep making the same outcome, which is predictable. And then mistakes are etched into history going forwards. We're going backwards. History becomes wrong. Because we're not allowed to get things wrong, but we're allowed to create wrong. Because we taught people that they have to be punished for being wrong.
Yeah.
And then what do we teach into the species? That getting things wrong requires punishment, and not just any severe punishment. You see the dilemma?
Yeah. I do.
Whereas authenticity is about saying, kind of fuck that up. because everything has to be good. You know it all. You see, you can build a lot of building blocks on this sort of shit. No, it looks like an eye. Oh, it looks like this. Or it looks like that, you know?
Yeah. Yeah.
Then we might like pieces of furniture to be in place. Just little bits of furniture here, there, and everywhere. And then we have to worship, which we would call artificial gods.
Mhm.
And that change deep within, yes? That change deep within to change that. That's how you free yourself from that. It's interesting. There are many ways to do it. You've got to get clever at it. Well, let's say we take an infrared moment. Can't see something, it's do this, this, and this. Well, that's good because you can rely on that fact. Well, this was moving in and NASA's fucking systems went down at the right moment that they were trying to tell us that this happened because this thing moving over distorted all of the energy out of the space, all in the atmosphere, out of the atmosphere. And now they're uploading it now, look. Look at what we discovered. This just happened. What happens now? Dunno. You get it, yeah?
Yeah, yeah.
But if anything like that were to ever happen. You can go with that shit. And again, what does that outcome look like? That's good. That's a good step. I bet another option would be, shall we make some bombs to kill everybody, wipe them all out, and we'll keep it with the secret and start again? That's very silly. There's no need for that. That's not a good plan.
Yeah, or we'll put
There's
them
not
in
time
jail
for
or
it.
some
Yeah,
stupid. Yeah,
yeah.
that's what they used to do. No, they probably kill people, but the past was not that many.
So we're talking about beings elsewhere. We're talking about an alien species, yes?
Yeah.
Not Earth. We're talking about alien species.
Yeah, yeah.
And we're looking at the possibility from an outside perspective.
Mm-hmm.
And what type of a dilemma would they be sitting with?
Yeah. Yeah.
There's no time for that. Schedule. It's tight. There's no time. You can calculate this into the future. There's no time. There are too many things going on that in this particular situation that would tell you that the clock is running out.
Mm-hmm.
Going this way doesn't fit. XYZ. Like I said, I'm just cleaning out the clutter, mixing up a little bit of spirituality and everything else. Right, there we are. Blah-de, blah-de, blah. So, who's seeing everything correctly? Then we might be tempted to hire people of a naughty background and bring those people closer to us, because sinners need to hire sinners, right?
Yeah.
Well, of course, wouldn't they? Good people cling to good people. What are you going to do? Stick killers, and you're going to stick someone who doesn't kill in with killers? Might as well. That would fucking pan out well, wouldn't it?
No. Killers with killers.
Say again.
Killers with killers.
Killers with killers is how it is at the moment, but why do you keep them away from apparently the good society? Because they don't fit. They don't fit in, do they?
No.
Or serial killers. Might as well let them go and live in an industrial state somewhere. No? Block of flats.
No.
Oh, why not? Put them in Parliament. House of Lords? Don't fit. Oh, you're a peacekeeper, aren't you? Yes, I am. I think you should join the military. It's funny because it's also very true, isn't it? You know?
Mhm.
Behavior, yes. I said I was going to touch upon this one, and I'm going to, but I'm going to try not to. I've got to be delicate with this sort of situation, yes? How behavior works, yes?
Mhm.
You know, you got to get a lid on this because society is built this way, right?
Yeah.
I know some people that stayed together in a relationship that broke up
Mhm.
within the relationship, yes?
Yeah.
That one doesn't show. Is that one?
No.
Alright, stick to the black pen then. I want to change colour though. Here we are, let's rub that out. We don't need that anymore. It's got relationship, mother, father, mean well, stay together, but they had kids, yes?
Mhm.
Mum cheats on dad, yes?
Mhm.
Someone else. They end up staying together,
Yeah.
but because of this, dad starts acting
Mhm.
normal. Kids are shielded.
Mhm.
They don't know what's going on. Dad starts acting normal under the circumstances, or mum starts acting normal under the circumstances. Switch it if you need to. They stay together. This then ceases to be. However, this causes a difference between the relationship dynamic. Kids that are growing into this are living in a relationship dynamic. He is responding, she is responding.
Mhm.
These kids are learning abnormality
Yeah.
and calling it normal.
Mhm.
I'm not sure if this is how you spell it, and I'm not really going to get all hung up on that. Abnormal,
Yeah. Yeah, it's fine.
and now they are learning in this because they're impressionable.
Mhm.
Dad might be jabbing at mum, and then mum's jabbing back at dad.
Mhm.
Why are you two like that? Nothing, sweetie.
Mhm.
That's just what couples do. But it isn't.
Mhm.
What the normal responses are, the acting, are now abnormal behavior, but the kids are learning as normal relationships. What are they going to grow up to look for in a partner? This person's distant, this one's distant.
Mhm.
What are they going to look for? Someone like dad.
Mhm.
Someone that behaves like mom.
Yeah.
But they've grown up being told that that shite is normal. And there again, these probably didn't air it out to anybody else outside of them. Perhaps mom, dad knew about daughter, maybe. And perhaps mom, dad knew about dad. Doesn't really matter. Doesn't really matter. When kids grow up,
Mhm.
they are either going to look for similarities in this
Yeah.
with another kid that grew up with this normality, but it was actually abnormal, but they were never educated about it.
Yeah.
Or they're going to find someone who's vulnerable.
Mhm.
And they're just going to be themselves, right?
Yeah.
Because that's what mum did. That's what dad did. That's what. And you see how then this goes again.
Mhm.
Now we have what arguments that appear to be normal because it's nostalgia
Mhm.
that makes them feel like being at home again. That nice, warm, fuzzy existence. And then their kids, we're going to grow with this. And it amplifies, and it amplifies, and it amplifies, and it amplifies, and you pass this down without actually knowing it. This is done with a lot of behavior, by the way, a lot of it.
Mhm.
But people are responding in a correct way,
Mhm.
but they shield their kids from it.
Mhm.
What kind of a person are you bringing kids into this? I think it's quite normal that we say to children that this is exactly, I'm acting abnormal.
Mhm.
Well, why? Because that person was not meant to do this. You're shaming me. We're actually telling the truth. No, we shouldn't be acting like this. You're right. But because this happened, that happened, this happened, this is the outcome. I'm trying to deal with it.
Yeah.
And you're going to try and stay together because of that? Either dad's being distant with mum, mum's being distant with dad, but they got to stay together for the kids. You ever hear that saying? Everyone says that.
Yeah,
Everyone
I
uses
heard
that.
Yeah, I heard
Like it's meant to be a sign of strength. And in a way, it is. But deception lingers. Monetary situations, family death. A death in a family will also cause this same thing. So it doesn't have to be just with this sort of lifestyle. No, no. It can also be trauma, death.
Mhm.
There's a rejection because they felt rejected by what? By a higher power, maybe.
Mhm.
Mum dies when they're young. Sometimes this works in two ways, right? Youngest child that experiences that will not have children.
Mhm.
Usually, more often than not, might not have children. Because they believe that this could happen to their kids. But they never explored why they have that insecurity. Well, because it's triggering back to childhood, and that nostalgia is quite deep. That's a nostalgia you don't want to remember. You spent your whole life running from it. Not really dealing with it, but running from it nonetheless.
Mhm.
Another one is alcohol. It's an interesting thing. I know this one firsthand. I know someone that's teetotal, and I couldn't understand why they were teetotal.
Mhm. Yeah.
Well, that's associated with a trauma that's then linked to the alcohol.
Yeah.
So it must have been someone close to them because they're blaming the alcohol and not the person. That's
Mhm.
interesting.
Uh-huh.
And then they grow up teetotal,
Mhm.
or they stop drinking,
Mhm.
just anti-alcohol.
Yeah.
That's proper AA.
Mhm.
At its finest, that is anti-alcohol is what that is. And that behavior is then passed down as that's just what we do, right? And you might find yourself not drinking.
Yeah.
Well, it means not one thing in particular. Perhaps someone was drinking and then got heavy-handed.
Mhm.
And rather than blame the person, they blame the drink because it's got to be close to loved one.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
And to blame that person changed, they must have known the person when not, and known the person when they are.
Yeah.
And then contributed to the drink.
Mhm.
And that is unconscious behavior, that is. So then they don't drink themselves because the drink makes you the monster.
Mhm. Nice.
Or it works in a different way to that. Someone was drinking and did something.
Mhm.
Perhaps not heavy-handed, but went in a different way. Perhaps was not holding boundaries.
Yeah.
You can only imagine what I'm getting at with that.
Yeah.
And again, someone close that they must know them to have not been like it, usually, but then when they drunk, that's how they got. Person in particular is contributing it again to the drink. Third cycle. They were drinking.
Mhm.
And because of the drink, put themselves in a vulnerable position, but then they were exploited, and again, they've confirmed that they were not in those situations when sober, and therefore blame it to the drink. Always three narratives in this situation.
Mhm.
Trying to figure out which one it is an interesting journey, but kids around that environment more often than not might grow up not to drink. It's interesting.
Mhm.
The key bit that's missing here is education on how much to drink. know thy limit. So this person could have limited the drink and perhaps would have found that before reaching this stage. Limit the drink before reaching this stage. And again, limit the drink and you might not have been vulnerable. Do you?
Yeah.
And then going forward, this teaches us to blame substance over limit. So we can look outside ourselves and blame something else. The drink, as opposed to look and learn limit.
Mm-hmm.
Then this helps you understand you can drink, know the limit, in order to help strengthen you, and then going forward, that's better education for kids, right? When they grow up in that. Why do you drink? Oh, because drink makes people this. When they grow up and think people that drink is this, this, and this. I've been there myself. I understand this. They're trying to figure out where that behavior comes from. That's the bit. I like trying to find that. You always narrow it down to 3. Then you need a bit of back information. Take your pick. And then it's when alcohol comes around, you'll notice the person's guard goes up in certain areas. That's more than enough for you to know not who, but what. That makes a trigger. That's now a trigger. They might guard a certain area in that sort of aspect, and this tells you something. If you don't see any of those, then it's a personal guard. It's gone up in the mind, so therefore they have drank till in a stupor, and they've either done something or they've had something done to them in that situation. Now that's just by presenting drink in front of the person. Where are you going to tick? Now you have a trigger. Then when the trigger becomes aware, you become aware of the trigger. There are 2 types of people in this world. Some people learn your triggers to press them. Some people love to find your triggers. And you know what? I'm going to say it. Some men, some women do this. They learn your triggers. And then when they're finished at the end of the relationship, they press every single one. Why? Because it causes a reaction. Before they go into a relationship with you, they knew these triggers. Each and every single one. And because they loved you, they avoided the reaction. So they safeguarded your triggers. Protected triggers, demolition time, reaction time. Because see, I told you this person was like this. This then convinces a group dynamic, and this is massive manipulation, by the way. But because it's so covert, you don't call it manipulation. You call it, oh God, why would that person do that to you? Oh God, look at you. Come here, victim. That person must be horrible. Well, yes, because the art of this is no one knows that person because they've never bothered to get to know them. Because when you know someone, you know their triggers, right?
Yeah.
And therefore, triggers are reciprocal and can be used as weapons, and they can also be used as... So if you know someone's insecure, right?
Yeah.
You start leading them to believe that there are loads of heavy, powerful people leaning in on them. Going to be watching them. Look, we know how timid you are. I see something higher. I point out. It's more like in and up. That's where it is. sometimes down in certain aspects as well. Seems to be like everywhere, but more your areas to go to find this. Anyway, so you understand that those are triggers. Those will be looked at as weaknesses. So people exploit triggers, weaknesses in order to press them.
Yeah.
Now, are you a friend? If you're a friend, we're going to safeguard these. We're going to look after them. But more often than not, friends become enemies, and enemies, then with that logic, can become your friends.
Yeah.
Just being aware of that. Where do you stand on that divided line?
Mm-hmm.
Well, what can I get? Can I get something? Can I benefit something? Can I get benefit by triggering this reaction?
Mm-hmm.
Because the reaction is then what? A predictable response, yes?
Mm-hmm.
Response leads to what? Control.
Yeah.
Control, isn't it? Controlled outcome.
Mm-hmm.
This is then goes into the seesaw effect, by the way. One needs to push
Mm-hmm.
in order to create the lift to sink the other one. The other one needs to counter that force and bounce back up.
Yeah.
The seesaw effect. This is what causes battles, by the way. An enemy and an enemy are trying to dip the scales on one another. And this starts to create justifications for reasons as to why you are doing something. See, they just pushed, then they push back. Hide that bit, this becomes shadowy. And then the other side says, see, look, they just pushed me.
Mm-hmm.
Do you notice this seesaw effect works also with friends?
Yeah.
When handled correctly.
Mm-hmm.
Two people together,
Yeah.
bouncing on a seesaw, what can it be? A great time. But also that seesaw it's a tool, isn't it? Triggers create responses.
Mm-hmm.
When you care about people, you tread around their triggers. Why? Because we've all got them. We can all work out these triggers on everybody. Every single system, nation, person on this planet has triggers. Everybody does. Something that makes you tick.
Mm-hmm.
Something that just pisses you off in the right sort of way, which gets an outcome.
Mm-hmm.
You can get submission.
Mm-hmm.
You can get shrinkage. You can also get expansion.
Mm-hmm.
Most people, and we understand this, once you've dealt with your triggers, you've got more.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't stop. It's an endless journey. Be aware of them. But yet, I got a friend that's got a lot of fucking landmines. A lot. I also know where these landmines came from.
Mm-hmm.
And to be fair, in his position, blinded, from his perspective, to be me in that perspective, I probably have a lot more.
Mm-hmm.
That's a fair point. And I also know something else.
Mm-hmm.
How difficult is it to eliminate your triggers?
Mm-hmm.
It's nigh on impossible, right?
Mm-hmm.
Hard to see it, yeah? You're reacting, but you're also justifying why you're reacting. And it becomes very hard to maneuver away from your triggering point. Now, this person, I have never trod on their triggers, ever. I have fallen out with them, but I've never. That's sacred. Sure, it'd be very easy to press all of those. That person would react, and then what would happen? We're going to end up in jail. See? Just by fucking about with his sociology, I can trigger his psychology. Having the power to do it, but choosing not to.
Mm-hmm.
That's strength. That's because I know how difficult it would be for him to. So I build walls around them.
Yeah.
And in some cases, I try and help the person see their own triggers. It doesn't always work though, because you're trying to trying to teach it.
Mm.
I think it's more interesting to teach them when to tread their own triggers. Fucking hell, which you can also do, and it's amazing, really, isn't it? You can really. But a lot of people don't want to do that work to face them because it's too painful, and you give yourself your own reason.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's supposed to be an A in there somewhere.
Mm.
Your own reason to respond to the trigger.
Mm.
And in a lot of ways, this has been done from childhood. We've grown with it.
Mm-hmm.
Buried upon buried upon buried. And some people work this out. It's usually the people you let get close to you.
Mm-hmm.
They'll find these. They'll find them very quickly. Now, if they love you, yeah, I ever wonder why that saying is, keep your friends close but your enemies closer. Yeah, because your enemies worked out, they must have been your friends to start with. And they know your triggers. What happens if you know, it's when you get checkmate, is when you know both of the triggers on both sides. You've pressed mine, I can press yours. And then it starts this seesawing off again. Landmine. By the time you've pressed a load of triggers, that's why it's not wise to always press them all at once. You start tapping this one first for a bit until it wears off. Then you start to tap this one for a bit and that one wears off. But in the meantime, this one is fucking recharging. I mean, it's fucking great, isn't it? Oh my god, it's like playing that game. Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Learn to be an octopus. Yeah, it's interesting that. And everyone's like, come from a place of love. I agree with that to a certain degree, right? But Boudica come from a place of love. Christianity came from a place of love. Well, where did it get it? Love and confidence. Tough love. Yeah, when you teach people to sing Kumbaya and everything else, what happens? Most people are easily fucking manipulated. Why? Because, I would never believe that. It's just like this first time when people believed that there were ghosts, right? Ghosts! Ghosts! Well, shit me, that leaves you open to alien invasion, doesn't it?
Yeah. A lot of ghosts.
It does. Honestly, this is the way I would do it if I needed to get down to life forms. I'd give them a Ouija board. I might start moving it. Is this a Latin name? I think it's a Latin name, but it don't make no sense. Oh, so this is their alphabet, is it? Yeah. Okay. So let's try and work that alphabet out. All right. So if A's this, then to us it's that, followed by this, followed by this, followed by this, followed by this. All right. Okay. And then this becomes, in their language, ABBA. Okay.
Oh.
Let's just make it translate into that. Oh, okay. Well, so I'm going to give that name there. Oh, I'm connected with someone called ABBA. How did you die? Fucking hell, I'm going to have so much fun with this now. I'm not dead. Can you see me? Yes. Could you possess me? I already fucking am. Well, the planchette, not you personally. Every time you do that to them, keep going. Why? Then we've got scientist aliens as well, inspecting the human reactions as well, yeah?
Yeah.
They breathe a little heavier. Look, it smells a little different. Have you ever noticed that humans make a different smell when they breathe out and get a little scary? What about, they have loved ones. They must have loved ones. What was the loved one's name? Well, this human here, apparently their loved one is called Alice. Right. Let's pretend to be Alice for a second. Why is that? I'm just curious of what the hell. Why do the gases change?
Yeah.
I'm Alice. I have a message. Oh, that person just breathed out. Oh my days! Look at that ratio. Oh, fucking hell. Do you reckon? Yeah, after a long time of doing this,
Yeah.
Do you reckon you have an archive that every time you put different gases in front of the human and they breathe it in under their noses because they can't see you, let's say, you made a cloaking device and you're sort of like in front of their face and then they're like, yeah, it just made them think of Alice. Oh shit! What was the breath ratio that they got for ABBA? It was this one. Made them a bit scared. Okay. I swear something's in this room watching me. Are they on about us or that? No. It's because we put some gases in front of them and we notice that they breathe out these gases that are very different to each time. When they get fearful, the gases change and the ratio changes. And just by putting this in front of them when they're like just having a dream. You'll never guess what. I had the weirdest dream ever. Okay, they had a dream. Go on. Other alien species. Bye. I predict that their dream was about this, followed by a little bit of that gas, this gas. And I mean, it's like this, and this. Oh my god, I had a dream. I saw this, and this. Or aliens that are in the room hidden with you. Oh my god, they're all clapping. There's an earthquake. Stop! They're fucking. Oh my god, was that an earthquake? Thank goodness for that. You know, they nearly worked out. They're walking around with probes in their bum. Oops! Yeah, this one's done. Ooh, that one's done. What about the ones in the ears? No, they're not ready yet. You know, every time we stick those tools in there, they complain that their ears are really waxy. So what is it? We are building up too much lubricant to shove that in their ear. They're starting to leave traces. Okay, no. They call it earwax. Hey, that's our lubrication medicine, that is. Have you tasted it? Sorry. You've all done it. I'm sure you did. Anyway, just thinking out the box a little bit. Not saying that there's fucking aliens everywhere. Well, you never know. There could be. There could be. You might be able to see them. But then they might be aliens or they could be divine. Who are you? Ghosts!
Good. Nice dance.
Oh, just kidding. Triggers. Very interesting. Maybe this one might start triggering people. Would you be shitting yourself if aliens came down? Not really. Well, why not? It's a bit like this. It helps me understand animals a little bit more. You know when they're sitting there, like, you got these fucking deers that are coming up to you and right, you're sitting in a wood somewhere, yeah? Mm-hmm. All stinky and everything, yeah? Mm-hmm. You think that these motherfuckers we learned in school that would smell you from a mile away and then they would just disappear. You got these big sons of bitches with horns coming up to you, right? I know. Eating, and I'm just looking at them thinking, I could fucking eat you. Not giving a shit. And then before you know it, more are coming closer. Oh, okay, this is interesting. And they sort of look at you while they're chewing. And I'm sort of looking at them. And I'm sitting there thinking, are they thinking, man, I wonder what you taste like? Or are they looking at you and thinking, that is interesting? It's like, I'm like, Sometimes I am thinking that they're interested, you know? I don't want to fucking eat everything. Well, clearly not, but... Yeah. Must be put in there by my ancestors, yeah? Lunch.
Dinner. Breakfast.
Do you ever notice when you go to the seaside, you are fucking hungry? I am. I eat more than anything when I'm near the coast.
Yeah.
I don't know what that is. Mum is like, I have no idea what is wrong with you. What's wrong with you? You're like a bottomless pit. When we go home, nothing. When we're here, you eat. Yeah, I'm like, Mum, I'm fucking hungry. What do you fancy? Not sure. Everything. Well done you, Mum. You know, you saved all that money throughout the year. You should put it in a pot somewhere. Now we're here, you might as well make use of it. Do you know why I'm so hungry when I get to the coast?
Why?
Well, you don't know why. Everyone always asks, what's wrong with you? And I'm more like, this is reciprocal. What's wrong with you? I'm like, the penny's going to drop in a minute. It's definitely tumbling. No, this one seems to be a spasticated 50p, but there we are. Like there's something wrong with me. Yes, it's called hunter-gatherers used to eat at the tides. You don't think that's activating?
The smell.
I love the smell of the ocean. Wait, are you sure that's the ocean you like to smell? Well, I love going to the seaside, but I just don't know why. I think it's because of the sun and all of this and everything else. No, your pull to the coast is old. Am I allowed to still call it old, or do we have to call it elderly?
I'm not sure. You can both. I'm quite sure.
That elderly magical pull that you have, that comes from hunter-gatherers going towards the coast. Get dinner. When the tide is out, the table is set.
Yeah.
Would you eat it? This one's a little chewy. It's alright, get used to it though. Yeah, that's what it's all about. Anything that fucking moved, and even kelp. And then kale. And what else is there? It's not kale. It's the other stuff. Seaweed. Roasted starfish. Oh, no. But you're on the line now, aren't we? Fuck it. Hunter-gatherers would have eaten anything. Crabs. How did they do it without buckets? And without these metal things? They used to stick their hands in there. And when it bit down on their hands, pincers, they'd pull it out. Look, dinner. Wouldn't that hurt your fingers? Yeah, that's funny, right? When you hit your hand with a hammer, being a kid, like smacking in nails, and you'd miss, and you catch your finger. Get out! Doesn't that hurt like anything? And then you do it again, and it's sort of like, ouch. Oh my god. Oh, I'm going to leave this for a few days. And you do it again and again, and then you get really good with it, and then, you're then hammering in even more. So that it's kind of one of those processes, Pep.
Yeah.
If you've never done hammering and nailing, you won't understand what I mean. You get good at it, right? But because when you get good at it, you are then doing more nails.
Yeah.
And the chances of slipping become even higher. So you do it one time, and you say, that's not bad, and then you slip. Ah, fuck. It's like kind of quite a lot, yeah? And you go again, and maybe slip again. That kind of hurts.
Oh, I know.
And then you're like, oh yeah, I'm getting pretty good at this. And then it's just that one fucking time that you just slip. Or the fucking edge of the... Oh,
Yeah.
But you know what actually happens?
What?
You get used to the pain.
Yeah. It's not that bad after a while, is it?
Nope.
Yeah. I know.
That's kind of a weird thing, isn't
I
it?
know.
First time you do it, it hurts.
Yeah.
Second time you do it, it also hurts. Third, fourth, fifth, sixth time, kind of become to expect it. You kind of accept it.
Yeah.
It's a chances game. Then after you've done 1,000 nails, you probably, hit your fingers on it all the time? Depends on the conditions, circumstances. And when you reach that stage where it's like, that's not that bad, you then begin to not notice every time you catch your hand with the hammer. And you think, well, I haven't hit my hand at all. You have, but you're just not aware of it now. It doesn't hurt anymore. You understand that when you go crabbing. Pull them out with your hands. If it bites you, it doesn't matter, because I'm going to bite it. Did it hurt? Yeah, but it got dinner though, didn't it? That hurting was worse. And then you toughen up to it. And I think your fingers will begin to toughen up to it. You notice this with boxers, by the way. You know when they're using the boxing gloves? Do you know it softens their bone structure and their hands up? Did you know that? I once examined two people's hands.
Yeah.
One was a wall hitter. They used to smack the shit out of walls. Still do, as far as I know.
Yeah.
Their hands, the ones that hit the wall, were broken so many times that the knuckles are really big. Some of them are crushed inwards, but again, it's that surface area. And I looked at a boxer's hands as well, and I was just like, fuck no, your hands are really soft. Yeah, it's. No, I'm serious, really. These are really fucking soft hands. It's the gloves. Right? And this person's like, oh man, fucking look at this. I'd rather be smacked without your gloves on, with your hands, than these. Chances are, you're going to break your fist on my face and you are going to get a bit, oh, that's years worth of training, that is, against wolves. Well, sure, it's going to have a long-term effect, don't get me wrong, but so does this one. But, you know, that's a weird thing, isn't it? How much strength you can get from that.
Yeah.
And then how they can do it and not even flinch. It's just like, bloody hell. Interesting. And their hands are like fucking rock. I want to meet you on a dark alley. So let me get this straight. Cops would say his fists are a lethal weapon because he's been taught how to box. But your fists are more harder, and I compare that to fucking iron with skin. And you've densed the bone. And therefore you've made it more compact. That is fucking amazing, mate. I think your fists are lethal weapons.
Oh.
Definitely.
Yeah.
It's like getting hit by a fucking metal bar.
The other one has to walk with the gloves everywhere.
Yeah, and then they're hitting something soft. Heavy, but it's soft. Yeah, sure, that's strengthening up the wrists in certain areas, certain aspects it is, but I don't know. People are like, you mustn't ever hit a punch bag without gloves. Well, I never had any gloves, but I had a punch bag. And when I was smacking into it, you go through it, and then sand starts coming out.
That's why. Oh.
That thing had lots and lots of fucking tape on it. Sometimes you punch this off as well. Then you get more stickier tape. Anyway, gets stickier still. Yeah, I'm going to leave this one here because I'm going to go on to another one, but still, yeah. Yeah, I can play around with this thing with, it's called a Ouija board, yeah? And it's like a Zuzu board. People got the candle lights on and... Yeah, and I once saw people making this salt circle.
Yeah.
Salting around the house, and apparently that's supposed to ward off evil spirits. I was like, so you mean to tell me that this stops evil spirits from getting in, right? Someone I'm going to say dating, that sounds so corny. They were putting all of this salt, lavender.
Yeah.
There's a flaw in this, by the way. The whole house has a flaw. But they couldn't do the neighbouring house.
Oh.
So they did it on the inside. I was just like, this is fucking interesting.
Yeah.
Don't ghosts fly? Don't they float? Or do they have to walk? I mean, because if I was a ghost, I would just hop over that shit.
But
I'll come through the chimney.
But can they do that? Can they fly over it?
I don't know. I
will
was
they
watching
be like...
Scrooge. Petra, this is about as much as I got on ghosts.
Yeah.
And his chains seem to be floating,
Yeah.
you know?
In that case, soul doesn't work, does it? Unless you wear it on yourself.
Here's the thing. I started asking questions like, what's the history of this house?
Yeah.
What fucking hell do I need to know that for? I don't know. Perhaps someone was brutally fucking slain here.
Yeah.
And then took their own life.
Huh?
And he died in the house. And they've been haunting the walls ever since. And you've just put salt around, meaning that they now can't get out. It's like being trapped in a room with a fucking boxer. And you're his number one target.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And now was the time to do a Ouija board, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's just like, I'm just going to watch this shit show unfold then.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone's doing all of this shit. It's not working. Yeah, because you put salt around the fucking house. So yes, I guess we can safely say that this house is not haunted. And it was empty when you did the ritual. And what happens when it rains?
Yeah.
And I was like, so you mean to tell me that the reason why I put salt on my dinner is to remove the spirit away from the animal? Why are you doing that? Why are you putting salt on your salad? I just want to make sure the essence of the the salad is not going to come and possess its body when I eat it.
Yeah, or some hungry ghost won't eat your dinner.
And then I started understanding about being possessed, and that, you know, salt stops possession and this, that, and the other. And I was like, okay, so how do they get into my body then? Well, they get right in. It's like an open doorway. All right, I sweat. So if I'm sweating, and it's assuming it's salt, salty feet, salty legs, salty under armpits, salty hair, just fucking salt, right?
Yeah.
Can you explain to me one thing?
Uh-huh.
How does sperm work?
It can't get possessed.
That shit seems to be possessed, doesn't it?
Yeah.
It's going to be making life. We haven't thought this through very well, have we? Are you sure salt doesn't attract spirits then?
Maybe that. Maybe that's why people were taught that it doesn't.
And then does that mean ghosts, they say that ghosts can't step in graveyards? Wait, don't you mean the ocean? With that much fucking salt, I mean, that salt, there's so much, right?
Yeah.
So the safest place on Earth, then, is the Dead Sea.
That maybe Dead Sea, because it's dead already. But otherwise, didn't people die at the seas and oceans as well? So their ghosts should be roaming around that area.
Well, if they truly believed in any of this stuff,
Yeah.
I mean, when they buried everything in the sea. And then ghosts were like, I'll tell you, there was a really fucking strange thing on my boat. I don't know why I went a little bit Irishy, Scottishy, Australian-y there. But it is what it is. No, I ask deep questions, and often I piss people off. A lot. I mean, I probably want to kill me too. Hey, I'm not saying I don't believe or do believe, but, you know, at least if we're going to believe, we're going to need some fucking... We're going to need to have a little sit down and have a think about this stuff. Because...
I don't know. I don't think that Bible or anything like that
I'm on about Bible.
taught people to use salt on Halloween or something. Sprinkle yourself.
Yeah, we
Because your grandfather's ghost will come and possess you.
Walkers, where the hell are you? Crisp manufacturers, you should be selling salt crisps. Why? We want to keep those spirits away.
Yeah.
And then people will be like, there's a flaw in this process. Why is that? We sweat, don't we? Yes, you do. And then if I'm eating salt on my dinner, I often wonder, should I put some salt on there? Well, why are you asking a question of whether you should put salt on your dinner? Well, because I might start removing my spirit out of my body. The fuck are you going on about? Wait, I'm going on about something. You're the one that believes in this stuff. Are you sure you want to be putting salt in there? You might move the spirit away from your body.
Oh man, did he? He could.
What happened to Frank? He died. Why? Because he put salt on his dinner. I told him it was a bad idea. He was on about spirits and stuff around the house and trying to keep them away.
Yeah.
Well, it only works for evil spirits. Oh. Oh.
Only for some spirits.
Serial killer. You would eat this for me? No, didn't work. I guess it's just not cooked yet. They're not evil enough. That's because they're not evil spirits. Oh, okay. It sounds like you've got an answer for everything. But anyway, yeah, no, I just like to rock the boat. No, actually, I like to fucking capsize it, sink it, resurrect it, bring it back up, and then make it into a fucking aeroplane and a spaceship. That's a lot of boating for you.
Yeah, it is.
It's a sea boat, space boat, land boat, sky boat, water boat, submarine boat, and also bottom of ocean boat and river. And lava boat. Anything else? Earth boat. Spiritual boat. Already said space boat. Already done that one. Yeah, it's just easy to call it a ferry. That'll do. Right, let's leave that one there because it's getting a bit strange as we go towards the end, but I stand by it.